Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? This is Anthony with VR365. Welcome to another episode of our show. We are up to episode 75 right now. It is the 75th anniversary blowout celebration. Absolutely, baby. Yeah, here we go. So today is Tuesday. It is January 22nd. Let me turn this trailer down a little bit. It's Tuesday, January 22nd. The time is 11:06 a.m. I am a little bit late on the clock today. And honestly, I probably would be better off starting this show at 11:30. It would give me another 24 minutes of preparation. But I can't. I got to pick up my kid from school a little bit after noon. So I don't have time for that. So we've got 44 minutes to try to do the best show that we can possibly do. And let's go ahead and jump right into it. I don't honestly have a ton of news stories today, even though we are kind of back into a normal, regular day now following the holiday. There's a few minor news things to get into. I do have a lot of trailers that we can go to, some interesting trailers to run, to be sure. But why don't we go ahead and start things off with our first story of the day. Hold on, let me go ahead and find this here. Okay, I've got it. Okay, let's go to our first story of the day, and that will require that we switch over to our webby browser. And so, yeah, the lead story of the day, Apex Construct. Now, is it just me, guys? Or does fast travel games have a problem from the standpoint that they always want to be up in the news? You know, they're always announcing this or that. They were recently in the news just the other day. They were talking, it was a CEO, I believe, was talking about how they've had this incredible explosion of sales on PlayStation VR, that 58% of their sales have come from PlayStation VR, and that most of it happened within just the last couple of months, that there's been a new explosion of PlayStation VR owners and a lot of people picking up Apex Construct. Now, the thing is, on Steam, you know, we're over here on this Steam page, and one of the things that I'm looking at here is the reviews are mixed. Really mixed reviews. I don't get it, because I know why some people complain about this game. The number one complaint that you hear about this game is when you have to type something. There's these little computer terminals that are scattered around the game, and occasionally you have to type something, and it's a little bit janky from the typing. Although they may have improved that, because they've been working on this game. It seems like Fast Travel continues to bang away on this. They've been adding things to it. And now what they have added is a demo. Yes, if you go down here, you can download a demo. Apex Construct demo now available for download. So if you've been holding off on Apex Construct, go ahead and download the demo. And here's why. First of all, it's going to give you the opportunity to try the first level of the game, the introductory level of the game. And I believe you get the entire first level. So you get to run around in the first level. But even better than that is that all of the tweaks that they have made over the course of this game's availability, all of that is going to be baked into this demo. So it's going to have all the updates, all the improvements that have been done. The other nice bonus with this is celebrating the arrival of this demo. They've chopped the price in half. So this game normally goes for $30. It's now going for $15. That is going to last until January 28th. So it is a week-long deal. They want to get you guys, they want you guys to jump in the demo. They want you guys to kind of fall in love with the design and style of this world, which I think it's pretty cool. This is not one of the greatest VR games out there. I don't think this game belongs in the top 50 of VR games. However, I do believe that it probably belongs in the top 100. Like, I don't think this should crack the top 50, but this is a very solid game. Like, this is not bad at all. I think it's a pretty good game. I like the story. I like the voice work. You have basically these two AIs that you're going to be dealing with, father and mother. So there's these two AIs. You're mostly dealing with father. And I love the voice work of father. For some reason, reminds me of Mark Hamill. Like, I feel like Mark Hamill did the voice for father. I don't think he did, but I'm just saying it kind of reminds me of Mark Hamill. You got a bow, you got a shield, you know, you can move around the world, you can explore the world. Now, the graphics are not fantabulous. In fact, the graphics are a little bit underwhelming. Kind of has an eagle flight kind of a vibe to it. You know, it's kind of got this like kind of cell shaded a little bit, kind of cartoony kind of a look. But I think it's high quality. I can't believe that this is mixed. It should be, if anything, this should be mostly positive. Also, this game is not incredibly long. And I think those of you out there that are the A to B types, and what I mean by that is just, what is the next mission? What is the next mission? No, I'm not stopping. I'm not smelling the flowers. I'm not looking down that little alleyway down there to see if I can find some undiscovered thing. I am going directly to the next boss. This boss, that boss, mission, mission, mission. If you're like that, you might blow through this game incredibly quickly. It might take you like 3 hours or something to run through this if you're just A to B. Maybe even faster than that. For me, this took like 4 or 5 hours, so, you know, it took me a little bit longer. Techno glitch, za. Why are we even talking about Apex junk? Because I will talk about whatever the F I want to. That is why. So I will continue to do that repeatedly. I will talk about whatever I want to talk about. So let's go into our next story. So our next story is A Fisherman's Tale, which is available today. A Fisherman's Tale is out there. In fact, let me go ahead. Might as well pop up the little Steam page for this. So Fisherman's Tale, it's out there and available. It is just released today. This is available for $12.74, which is not too bad. You know, that's not a very expensive price. It is a brand new release. Now, of course, the huge downside here, not a very long game. Like, this is a game that I've heard 1 hour, I've heard 2 hours, I've heard definitely not 3 hours. Like, even for somebody like me that really takes my time and is very slow and patient with it, not even close to that long. So this is a very short game. So we got to understand that. There is a brand new trailer that was released today. So why don't we go ahead and check that out. So I'm going to switch over here to my standard scene. I'm going to pump up my volume a bit here. And let's go ahead and check out the brand new trailer that just came out today. It's the release trailer for A Fisherman's Tale. Let me go ahead and line that up. And let's go ahead and pop it. Where are we? A Fisherman's Tale launch trailer. There it is. Let's go ahead and check this out.
What are you doing, you dimwit?
Alrighty, well, that is the launch trailer for A Fisherman's Tale. And the question that you guys probably have, let's go ahead and switch back over to our Webby browser right here. The question you guys probably have is, Anthony, have you played this game? No, I haven't. I have not played this game. You know what? I got to do a much better job. I will have to completely admit this. I have to do a better job of reaching out to these developers, to these publishers in advance. Trying to get keys to these games in advance. I do a crappy job of it. I tend to wait until damn near the game has come out, and then I'm sending them an email on like a Saturday or Sunday, and nobody's around on a Saturday or Sunday, so they're not going to see it until Monday, and then Monday's a holiday, so they don't even see it on Monday. So I'm going to have to wait. Hopefully I will get a review key for this, A Fisherman's Tale. Developer is Inner Space VR. Publisher is Vertigo Games. So I have not played this myself. Now, it's interesting because if you go to some of the different websites out there that do review these games, we do have mixed results. Yeah, Scion did win. Yes, I have not played this. Scion won. He wins a brand new LED 4K TV. Okay, so if we go, let's go ahead and bounce over to Road to VR real quick. So, I mean, Upload VR. Yeah, I said upload, right? So let's go to Upload VR. They do have a review here, A Perfect Storm of VR Puzzling. That is pretty impressive. I mean, positives, best in class puzzle design, affectionate narrative and world building, some of VR's most jaw-dropping moments. Negative, too short. So basically all they're saying here is that the game, it's too short, but other than that, it's absolutely brilliant, apparently, is what they're saying here. Scrolling down and getting down here. Final score, 9 out of 10, amazing. Amazeballs. From slow motion shootouts to trips across the universe and stories of loved ones lost. VR has already proven that each of its core design tenets can be tamed, but A Fisherman's Tale might be the first to achieve a perfect storm of gameplay, immersion, and narrative in a single experience. Though brief, it fuses experience and interactivity to really show what this medium is capable of. This is exactly what old Sea Dogs aren't meant to be capable of. Something genuinely new. And it is available, of course, on the Rift, the Vive, Windows Mixed Reality, and PlayStation VR for $15. But if you go to Steam, you get it for $12.74. I don't think there's any kind of a discount on PlayStation VR or Oculus, so you would be paying full pop over there. So UploadVR is very positive on Fisherman's Tale, other than the length. Now, if we go to Road to VR, let's go ahead and see what Road to VR is saying about this. A little bit different here. A little bit of a different take. A Fisherman's Tale review, a delightful but brisk encounter with untapped potential. So they still feel like there's a lot of potential here. They really like it. But if we go all the way down and we look at the brass tacks here, the bottom line number here, they're given a 6 on the overall score. Gameplay, 5.5. Immersion, 7.5. Comfort, 9. And so at the end here, well, they say the game's voice acting is nothing short of awesome. The narrator's raspy, smoky voice adds a degree of seasoned authenticity to admittedly banal but inoffensive storyline. Jacob's performance elevates at every turn, pushing it in a higher direction artistically, despite the low complexity both story and puzzle-wise. Visually, Fisherman's Tale plays host to a number of well-realized set pieces that change shape and function throughout the story. Honestly, like what I'm mostly reading here, it sounds very good, but they ultimately gave it a 6. I guess they feel like, that it's just so freaking short. Now, my personal gameplay time was about 1 hour, and that was playing without hints at a leisurely pace. Ah, man. So it might even be potentially shorter than an hour. So this is definitely not like a 2-3 hour game. This is probably a little bit under 2 hours. Now, it's funny, though, because I've seen some of the people in chat. Like, I saw some of the people talking about chat, and people were talking about how it's really short. And I don't remember who it was that mentioned this, but I kind of agree with it. Somebody said, you know what? I don't mind these incredibly short games because I hardly finish anything anyway. Somebody said that. And I kind of agree with that. Like, it's kind of like, it's not necessarily terrible to have a relatively short game because, well, for me, it's not, because I barely get through anything. So if I finish a game, it's a net positive, you know? And so if you run through a game pretty quickly, you finish it, maybe you can run through it again, kind of remind yourself of it, and you still have the ability to demo it for other people that come over, and you have it in your library. But at the same time, I do understand, you know, $15 for an hour and a half, that comes out to basically $10 an hour. You know, that's $10 an hour. So now you can get it for $12.74 if you go to Steam and you grab it there. So you get a little bit of a discount. But somebody else also was saying, you know what, I'm going to wait for the first major sale on this game, like when you can pick it up for like $8.99, you know, you grab it for $9, then that 1 hour and a half or an hour of gameplay time works out a little bit better for you if it's only $9. So I don't know, it looks like a mind F. Like every time I've seen the previews and everything, this game really looks like a mind F. I don't know that I'm like super going to be into this game, but I do want to check it out. This could be the best game of January. Tabletop Gods is in the building, to be sure, but this might be our best January game. You got Megalith as well. January is a little bit light. We don't have a tremendous amount of bangers in the month of January. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bounce back over here to our standard scene, and I'm going to put another trailer on the scene. Now, we're not going to watch this trailer. I'm just going to pop a trailer on. And the trailer that I'm going to pop on is for Dead GroundZ, okay, which is a new game. It is called Dead GroundZ. Now, I want to talk about this really briefly. I did a Let's Play for this game. It's on the channel, so if you want to check out the Let's Play, you can go ahead and do that. I got to tell you, so it's weird because when we did the VR Roundtable episode on Sunday morning, I had not played this. No, I mean, I played it, but I didn't get into the actual game. I was just kind of in the tutorial, and I was kind of at the shooting range, and I didn't get into the actual legitimate game. But Gary was talking about it, and Gary seemed to be pretty positive about it. And so I thought, oh, you know, he was mentioning like Arizona Sunshine, like he was saying, you know, this isn't Arizona Sunshine, but it's kind of a decent imitator, is kind of the feel that I got from Gary. So I was like, you know what, I need to get back into Dead GroundZ. I need to check it out. So I got back into it and decided to do a Let's Play for it. And I gotta tell you guys, I would probably stay away from this game. I mean, look, you might look at this trailer and you might think, oh, look at it's got different zombie designs. It kind of looks like Dead Island a little bit. Like Dead Island in VR. It's got all these zombies, you know, it's kind of like a poor man's, you know, look, it's got posters, girls in bikinis. I mean, this looks awesome, right? Nah, man, this game is janktacular in my personal opinion, unless I just had problems like on my computer or something, but I don't know, it didn't run very well. The only thing I really liked about this was the free locomotion was really smooth, really fast. The smooth turning was bam, 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 worked really good. But everything else, like the instructions for how you pick up clips and where everything was just weird to me. Like it was just really, like you see how it shows on the screen right here, it'll have these little messages like it's doing the story. And has anybody else noticed this? We've got a legitimate problem in VR games, ladies and gentlebots. And the problem that we have is too many VR games are putting these things where it's locked to your head, and it's putting like this little story thing that is like locked to your head. You turn over here, it goes over here. You turn over here, it goes over here. Now, I don't have a problem with something being locked to my head. Here's what I have a problem with. It's too goddamn close. Back it up a little bit, brah. Come on, back it up about 10 inches. Like, put it back here. Put it like a couple of feet away from me. Don't put it like right up into my head like this. That is the wrong, see where it says Henry, blah, 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 and it shows the guy. Voice acting is absolutely god-awful, okay? Voice acting is terrible. Whoever developed this game grabbed a couple of English-speaking people and said, look, I don't want you to be hyped up or excited at all. In fact, I want you to practically fall asleep as you're doing the voice acting, and don't put the emphasis on the right words, you know, put the emphasis on the wrong words. I mean, I'm looking at the graphics here, like I didn't see any of these levels, but yeah, you see this stuff and you're like, oh, this is Arizona Sunshine. Okay, so here's a game, guys, that maybe it has the potential of being good, but I don't think it is. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't know what Gary was thinking. I really need to hear from Gary because I'm super curious why he enjoyed what he played, because I did not enjoy what I played at all. Other than the free locomotion and the snap turning being super smooth and effortless, I don't know that I could find a quality thing to say about this game. I will say there's lots of different zombie types. That's cool. I hate it when you get into a zombie game and they show you basically 3 zombies ad nauseum. I want to see some different zombies, and they do show different zombies, so that is cool. This trailer makes this game look way the hell better than it is in real life, so you got to be very careful with that, because some of the people were replying to my Let's Play like they're still interested in this game, and I'm like, did you watch this whole Let's Play? How can you be interested in this game? I don't get it. Let's go over here to our Webby browser. We could take a look at the Steam page real quick. So this is what I'm talking about. It is called Dead GroundZ. Dead GroundZ is what this is called. The developer is VR ill AR. VR will kill AR. I don't know what the name of, I don't understand this, but VR ill AR, that's the name. Okay, Dead GroundZ is an action-packed first-person shooter VR game where players unravel a conspiracy involving secret experiments and solve the mysteries of an isolated island. Exciting, intense action gameplay and seamless immersion in a beautiful VR environment provide an amazing experience. If it worked, yeah. If it worked good, sure. If, like, when you shot a zombie, it didn't fall on the ground and start jiggling like this and then just disappear, like, there's just a lot of jank factor with this. I really wish there wasn't so much jank factor, but I really believe there is. But anyway, yeah, that is Dead GroundZ. Maybe keep an eye on it, and if it improves by leaps and bounds, then maybe think about it on a dramatic sale, but I would not rush out and grab this right away. I'm super curious to talk to Gary about this game, because I want to know what he, or I wonder if Gary maybe just played it for like 10 minutes and was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and he didn't get far enough to see the jank. I'm not sure. Anyway, that is Dead GroundZ. And you know what? Cyan says EA review, early access review, jokingly. And yeah, I'm reviewing the game. It hasn't even come out yet, and I've already given it a review. 4 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. My score is 4 out of 10. But no, I'm not giving this a review, and who knows? Maybe this will improve by leaps and bounds. I highly doubt it. I highly, with a cherry on top, doubt it. But you never, ever know. You never, ever know. Okay, so that is Dead GroundZ. Let's see. What else do we want to jump into? Well, you know what? Since we're on the subject of A Fisherman's Tale, so I wanted to find a brand new trailer. We aren't on the subject of Fisherman's Tale, but now we're back on it. I wanted to find a brand new trailer for A Fisherman's Tale. And so what do you do when you want to find a brand new trailer? I like to go to the horse's mouth, which means I like to go to the developer's YouTube channel, the actual developer, not the publisher. So I went to Interspace VR looking for the newest trailer. I didn't find it. However, I found a trailer for something else that is called The Corsair's Curse. And the weird thing about it is it looks a hell of a lot like A Fisherman's Tale, but I believe it's something different. But it looks so much like Fisherman's Tale that it's like really weird. So I thought, why don't we take a look at this trailer and you tell me, is this similar to Fisherman's Tale? Is it a completely different thing? It looks super weird. So let's go ahead and check this out. It is called The Corsair's Curse. It is coming from Interspace. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the volume up on this trailer as we switch to this one that I'm talking about. It is called The Corsair's Curse. It is from Interspace VR. You tell me. You guys tell me what you think. Let's check this out. Grab it. Okay, here we go.
Hold on to yourselves now. We're racing towards the upper deck. Together, you prove yourselves clever enough, attentive enough, and curious enough to grab my most prized item before your time is up. I shall set you free.
Okay, so that is called a Corsair's Curse. And this is from the developer of A Fisherman's Tale. And like, you know, here's the trailer. It's playing on the screen right now. I don't know, to me it looks a lot like Fisherman's Tale, like the art style and everything. And even like this part right here, like if somebody said this is A Fisherman's Tale, I'd be like, okay, sure, it looks exactly like it. It looks very much like A Fisherman's Tale, but it seems to be a completely different thing. Has anybody ever heard of this? The Corsair's Curse? I've never ever heard of this. I don't know what this is about. You know, what we could do is we could go to trusty old Google, the AI of choice, and we can look this up. Corsair's Curse, Inner Space VR. Because I've never heard of this. I don't know what is going on here. So let's go ahead. The Corsair's Curse. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to our Webby browser here. We are on our Webby browser. The Corsair's Curse is upon you. Okay, let's jump over this. This was back on December 12th of last year, so not that long ago. So this is their blog, I guess, at Inner Space. Hello there, fellow shipmates. We're absolutely thrilled to announce that our latest LBVR escape game, The Corsair's Curse, is now available for all to enjoy in Elucity's growing network of VR parks in France. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is a special thing for VR parks in France. Okay, because I was like, what is this and where is this? I've never heard of it. If you're a LBVR operator, location-based VR operator, okay. The game also comes with a fully localized Game Master console, minimizing the need for in-game supervision. Okay, so this is like some kind of arcade thing. But man, it looks like it is really very similar to A Fisherman's Tale. But yeah, I don't know. It caught me off guard. I was like, what is this Corsair's Curse thing? All right, so that was that. Okay, what is the next thing that we want to go to? Well, you know, one of the things that we are looking at every day here, one of the things we're looking at is we want to take a look at deals. And we are always taking a look at the Oculus Daily Deal. And so let's go ahead and take a look at it today, and that would be Narcosis. Narcosis is today's Oculus Daily Deal. This game is 25% off. It's normally going for 20 bucks. You can grab this for a $15 amount. You got about 12 hours left. Let's see what it says. The first-person survival story unfolds after an industrial catastrophe from inside a half-ton high-tech deep-sea dive suit, a walking coffin. Influenced and inspired by a growing appetite for unconventional horror and narrative-driven games, Narcosis is rooted in reality, but steeped in the surreal. Now, I have never, ever played this game. This is a blind spot for me. I know that Steve Bishop of VR Roundtable fame, I know that he's played this, and I know that he liked it. he liked this game, and he actually reviewed it for the website vrgamerankings.com. He's actually the person that we don't like have the names of the reviewers on our reviews, but he was actually the one that did the little mini review that we have at vrgamerankings.com for Narcosis. He liked it. He thought it was really cool. That is $15. Complete blind spot for me. Never ever played it. Don't know anything about it. So that is Narcosis. Main Fan says Narcosis is good, but gamepad only. I liked it enough to finish it. Yeah, and Lethal Weasel VR says, again, another Viveport subscription title. So it really seems like, and Anthony, I might have issues with spider crabs. No, I won't. See, the only spiders that bother me are spiders that look like black widows. Okay, you know when their legs are like curled around and they got that big butt, you know that, and I know it's not their butt. I know it's like they're a pin, it's like you know, it's like their abdomen or whatever, but we call it a butt. They got a big old butt. They got those curved spider legs. I'm talking realistic spiders like garden spiders, black widows. Those are the kind of spiders that scare me. Other things that kind of look like spiders or even like tarantulas don't bother me. Okay, Fluke says Narcosis isn't bad. Pretty sure it's been on sale even cheaper than that. And yeah, so why don't we go ahead and do this? So that was Narcosis. Okay, so I have a few different trailers that we can get into, and there's some interesting stuff here. These are some kind of unknown games, but you know, we could take a quick look at them. So let's go ahead and go back over here to our standard scene. And yeah, this is it looks like it's running on a Fisherman's Tale game engine, but designed for location-based VR entertainment. See, at VR365, you find out a hell of a lot more about a game. You find out behind the scenes, like we found out that Inner Space is pulling double duty with that game engine. All right, so let's go ahead and check out a brand new trailer. Let's go ahead and turn this up. And this is called Hockey Player VR. Hockey Player VR, guys. We're going to check out a brand new trailer for a sports game. You know, sports games are underrepresented in VR. We don't have very good VR sports games. Let's check out this trailer and let's hope for the best. We need some good sports games. So cross your fingers. Let's hope that this one's good. Let's check it out. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know. I don't know that we've found our magical hockey game that we've all been dreaming about. This looks a little bit like Amateur Hour to me, okay? The trailer, you can basically see it looks like a 2-on-2 hockey game. You basically have a goalie and an individual player. The other team has a goalie and an individual player. So it looks like a 2-on-2 hockey game, which I can understand that. You know, that might work pretty well to just have a two-player game. The graphics leave a little bit to be desired. The animations leave quite a bit to be desired. I don't know about this one. I think our search continues for a great sports game in VR. We don't have very many of them. Like, if you think about all the think of the biggest sports that we have. You've got American football, you've got baseball, you've got basketball, you've got hockey, you've got soccer or football, And do any of these categories have a game that we can really hold up on a pedestal and say, oh my God, we've got an amazing sports game? No, that's what really sucks. No, I don't think. You know, I would say 2MD VR Football is a fun game. It's a fun game, but it doesn't really represent American football that well. Like, it's good enough. It's a fun game. I like 2MD VR Football, but it does not represent American football the way you'd really like it to do. And then we also have like VR, what was it called? What was the soccer game? It's changed its name. Like, it was VRFC, I think, Virtual Reality Football Club, Soccer Nation VR. I forget, they've gone through so many different names for that game. Let's look up Hockey Player VR in Steam. I'm going to switch over to a webby browser. And so let's go back to our webby browser here. And let's see. This is called Hockey Player VR. Let's see. Is it on Steam? Hockey Player VR. Doesn't appear to be popping up. We've got VR Hockey League. That came out back on September 25th. But yeah, I'm not seeing this baby pop up. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. I still feel like we are waiting for a really solid sports game, and I just don't think we have one yet. We've got a lot of like racket-based games. We've got a lot of ping-pong-based games, but that's really the only sports. Let's see what some people are talking about here in chat. How do goalkeepers control their legs in this game? I don't think you control the goalkeeper. I think they're just automatic. Blah, blah, blah. And Paolo Triani says football. And Crunchy says this isn't hockey without fighting. It may have fighting. Kevgret says 2MD VR Football. Paradise Decay says, Anthony, what are you talking about? We got awesome sports games in VR. Wipeout, Rush, those aren't sports games, dog. I do not agree with this idea that like racing games are sport games. They're not. Racing games are racing games. They need their own category. Beat Saber is a sports game? No, it's not. World Football for the win. What is World Football? Yeah, the best sports game. Okay, Creed. Creed might be the best sports game that we have. Like in terms of like legitimate, major, well-known sports. Creed is probably the best sports game that we have. And then 2MD VR Football is probably the best. I mean, the second best. And it depends on, see, look, 2MD VR Football, we go over, I'm not talking out of my ass here. Very positive, 78. This game is a great game. It is oh, look at VR Game Rankings. Yes, our name is in lights. Look at this, ladies and gentlebots. Do we finally have a good American football game in VR? Yes, we do. Recommended VR Game Rankings. Yeah, that's one of the first times I've ever seen VR Game Rankings. You know, our name is in lights, y'all. Our name is in lights. How awesome is that? But yeah, 2MD, and then let's bounce over to Creed and just see what the, oops, I kind of screwed up there. Creed Rise to Glory. Very positive, very positive. Yeah, people love Creed. You know, I went back into Creed very recently because on VR Roundtable, like I think it was our Game of the Year show, everybody was talking about Creed and they were talking about how they really loved Creed. And I went back into Creed and I played some more of Creed. And you know what? Creed is very good. It actually is very good. I just don't want to get sweaty in VR anymore for some crazy reason. Okay, but I do have another trailer, guys. I actually have 2 more trailers for 2 kind of unknown kind of things. And so let's go ahead and check that out. Let me go back over here to our standard scene here. That is Hockey League or Hockey Player VR. Not really checking for that one. Let me pump up the volume now. Yeah, there we go, baby. Pump it up. Pump it up. Okay, let's go ahead and check out this next game. It is called Taurus VR. Taurus VR. I've never heard of it, don't know anything about it, but we'll check out the trailer and we'll see if it's any good. So go ahead and grab this here. Ready, set, bang. Okay, so that is Taurus VR, and I gotta tell you, not exactly hyped for this one. It kind of looks like A10 VR a little bit. You know, this looks like the old days of VR. You know, like 2016, 2017. I don't know that this game is going to survive in our modern climate. But the developer is Nusakan Studio. The game's name is Taurus VR. I don't know if there's a Steam page. Let me see. Taurus VR. No, not. It's weird how there's all these games that don't have Steam pages. You would think everybody and their mom would want to get their game up on Steam. Like, it's always kind of bizarre to me when I don't see Steam pages. Nusakan Studio. And sometimes the Steam page arrives at the very last second. You know. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing much over here. So if we go over here, bounce over to our Webby browser, and, you know, so I can go here. They're on itch.io, this studio, Nusakan Studio. They have this game called Garrus. They got Garrus, they got Taurus. So this, oh wow, this looks very, very much like basically Galaxian. Is this a VR game? Okay, Garrus is a game inspired by arcade classic games. It was developed with assets from our main project that's still in development called Taurus VR in order to promote the art concept of it. Ah, that's interesting. So you can just download, I guess this is free. You could just download this and try it, but I don't know that it has, I don't think this is VR at all. So yeah, they don't really have any kind of a page here. They do got a Facebook page, but yeah, that's Taurus. It doesn't look that great anyways, so I guess we don't have to worry about that. Back over here to our standard scene. Okay, I have one more little trailer that we could possibly check out before we bounce out of here. It is called The Giant House VR, and I don't know what it is, but there's a brand new trailer for it, and the trailer looked kind of cool. So I thought, let's go ahead and grab it. It's called The Giant House VR. It's made by Digital Arts and Entertainment, and I believe it's some type of educational thing. So it's some kind of educational thing. I don't even know where we're going to be able to get it, but it's called The Giant House VR. Let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, well, you know what? This trailer looked better when I only saw the first 7 seconds of it. Like, I saw this little scene right here with the bathroom. I was like, oh, that bathroom looks pretty good. I was looking at the kitchen. Oh, that kitchen looks pretty good. I saw this for a couple of seconds, and then that's all that I saw. And then the trailer apparently went down the tubes after that. You know, then you get into this part here. So it's some kind of educational thing, the Giant House VR. I don't know where anybody will actually get access to it. You can see an Oculus Rift controller right there. But yeah, that is called the Giant House VR. So, you know, that's what we've done today is we've checked out some random things. A bit of a shiz show to be sure. We do, of course, have this demo for Apex Construct. Fisherman's Tale is today. Hopefully I'll be able to check it out at some point later today. The Oculus daily deal is Narcosis. Let's go ahead and why don't we go ahead? We've got a few minutes here. I do got to get out of here at noon, so we've only got 10 minutes left. We can go back over to our Webby browser and we can give UploadVR a quick check. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's bounce back over here. This is UploadVR. Sundance 2019. Embody tracks movement to center the body. Embody from Melissa's partners team at Map Design. I don't know what that's all about. Full body tracking with only a headset attached to the body. Well, I do want full body tracking. That is damn sure. Okay, Stay Silent is a Western sci-fi VR shooter from the makers of Nostos. Beta signups launched. Guys, there's a part of me, like literally, that when I saw this story on UploadVR, I thought, you know what? Jamie Feltham, he watches VR 365. He's got to, right? He watches VR 365 because we had a story yesterday about Stay Silent, this Western sci-fi thing, and I had never heard of the thing before. And we did, and I don't know anybody else that even mentioned this game anywhere or covered it anywhere. And we talked about it yesterday on VR 365, and now a story appears on UploadVR. Coincidence? Coincidence? Now, and I have no problem with it. Like, really, honestly, if they somehow, like if somebody at UploadVR somehow was watching VR 365 and saw our little Stay Silent thing and then was like, oh yeah, we should write a story about Stay Silent, that's perfectly fine. That is 100% fine. In fact, they should do that all the time because I use UploadVR like I practically work there. So I have no problem with them borrowing it. And I don't know, this could be completely rando. Like they might have just been on, they could have just been on Steam upcoming games and happened to have seen it themselves. So maybe Jamie does not watch VR 365. That would kind of suck. I like to pretend that he's our favorite, like he's the biggest fan. He's our biggest fan, Jamie Feltham. He loves VR 365. I like to think that, and I will continue to think that until somebody proves me otherwise. Okay, going back to UploadVR. Just wanted to see if there's any other little stories. Yeah, Apex Construct demo finally comes to Steam. They've got a pretty good review on a Fisherman. I mean, they really liked A Fisherman's Tale. And then let's click on this Sundance thing. I don't know what they're actually talking about here, but I am very interested in actually having, in having the body tracked. So pose estimation of multiple people shown on a nearby PC. So they're trying to figure out sensitive foot pad for body input. That's an interesting idea. Could you imagine that? What if we're all going to have foot pads in our play space to track where our feet go? You got to play barefoot. And then it has this special camera for body movement detection. So it's almost like they're trying to do a Kinect thing here. So that's interesting. I mean, we definitely need to figure out a way to get our actual bodies into VR and have them tracked perfectly. I think it would be an explosion of improved immersion. Okay, so let's go over here and let's go to Road to VR and see if they've got anything new popping off. I will go up to Road to VR. Beat Saber Studio plans on bringing more free songs, paid DLC, still to be announced. Yeah, that doesn't really seem like a news story to me. But, I'm sure that if you have an article that has Beat Saber in it, you're automatically going to get some love. Okay, we've got 6 minutes left. Let's go to the Vive subreddit. Let's go ahead and refresh this. And let's see what some folks... this is an interesting question right here. This is on the Vive subreddit. It's up here pretty high. So what happened to all the PAX South videos for upcoming VR games? I haven't seen any of them. And yeah, that's a good question. Like, wasn't Stormland supposed to be demoed at PAX? Wasn't Defector going to be demoed at PAX? Wasn't Population 1 going to be demoed at PAX? Yet we haven't heard anything about it. So I guess, here you go, Population 1. Let's click on this and just see. This is going to be some YouTube video. You guys aren't going to hear the sound for this, but it's just the trailer. Like, that's just the trailer. Like, that's nothing. I want to see, like, crowds of people standing in front of where they're playing pop. Like, we haven't heard reports from Pax South of, like, everybody was waiting in line for this. Everybody was waiting in line for that. We didn't really see any of that, which is kind of weird. This dude's playing Luigi's Mansion using Dolphin VR. Dolphin VR is kind of sketch. If it worked really good, I'd try to get back into it. But every time I've tried Dolphin VR, it's a lot of fiddling. Like you're constantly taking off your headset, going back to your PC, changing this, putting your headset on. Then you got to take it off again. You go back to your PC, and I'm not a big fan of that. Let's check out the Oculus subreddit real fast. Let me go ahead and give this a quick refresh here. Let's see. Apex Construct demo is now available. Yes, it is. A Fisherman's Tale review. A delightful but brisk encounter with untapped potential. That's Road to VR. That's just their article there. Yep, not seeing. Pax South VR impressions. This might be that same guy, like wondering, what is the deal, y'all? How come we're not hearing anything about this? Let's go ahead and just look at the comments real here. Any articles out there about some of the content shown off at PAX South? I know Oculus was there with some of the big titles like Stormland. Yeah, I was hoping, like I was almost expecting that we would get the release date for Defector. Okay, here's a guy that was at PAX South. He said it was a 2-hour wait to get in line to see their showcase. So I said, nope, no thanks to that bullshit. The only other thing they had was the new VR Fortnite Battle Royale copycat game and wasn't really interested in that. But I did get to try out the Ace Combat 7 VR and I pre-ordered that before I got back to my hotel. Yeah, I think there were actual lines to try Ace Combat 7 VR. Over on the PlayStation VR subreddit, they actually had some pictures from PAX South of people lining up. And it's weird because you see all these people talk about like people don't care about VR. You know, like the average person doesn't care about VR, but it's weird. You go to a trade show and if there's VR there, there's people lining up. Like people are lining up to play VR at trade shows. Like I've seen pictures of people like, yeah, Firewall 0 Hour I think was there at the trade show as well. And that's a game that's been around for a long time and hella people are lining up to play it. Okay, so we're over here on the PlayStation VR subreddit. Fisherman's Tale reviews. So they're talking a lot about Fisherman's Tale, the new trailer that came out. People are talking about Ace Combat 7. Just seeing if there's any little news here. Dream Match Tennis VR has new DLC that just came out for it. I've never tried this. Dream Match Tennis VR. I've never tried that one. And that is about it. So yeah, you know, it's just a little bit light on news today, guys. There just isn't a lot going on. Let me go ahead and check back over here on chat, see what some people are talking about. Paradise Decay says, Anthony is still chasing that VR Paradise dream with full body tracking. Absolutely. I think games like VR Paradise would be improved. I think they would. Let's see. No VR at PAX. PAX is dead. That's Hussein X. And VR suits already exist. The problem is cost. That is Jason Westmess talking about how are we going to get our bodies into VR. And see, the thing is, I think we need to get our bodies like perfectly accurate. It's got to be 100% accuracy for our bodies in VR. And then I think the immersion will be upped significantly. Okay, so Paradise Decay, I'm looking at some older comments in chat. He says, Stay Silent is a new VR Western sci-fi shooter and they are looking for beta testers. You need to sign up on their Discord, search Google. Yeah, you can get into the beta there if you'd like to. Oh, Kev Gret, he was ahead of us. He says, Dream Match just received DLC in the UK. Polish Paul just released a video about Dream Match Tennis. Okay, so Dream Match Tennis, are you guys into this? Has anybody played Dream Match Tennis? It's right here. Let me go ahead and click on this. This is in the PlayStation Store. It is by Bamboosoft, Dream Match Tennis VR World Tour. Yeah, you know, it's funny how these games, like a number of games will just kind of hit PlayStation VR. They're little small games. Not too many people talk about them, and you just don't know what's going on. And like looking at these pictures here, like they don't have a lot of pictures of this game either. You know, that's it. You're going to give us 3 images of the game. Wow, that really tells us a hell of a lot about it. Dream Match Tennis VR World Tour. Let's just do a Google search for that. Dream Match Tennis VR PSVR. Let's try that. Yeah, Dream Match Tennis VR is a must-have. You know, so some people have, you know, the VR Grid gave it like 3 out of 5 stars. Yeah, but there's lots of little games like this. You know, we were just talking about sports, and tennis is an absolute natural for sports. It really, I mean, for VR. Like, tennis was made for VR because you have that VR controller in your hand, and you can imagine that you're holding a racket. And then also, if you have a decent sized room scale area, you can kind of scamper over here, scamper over there. You know, I think tennis, when we get Oculus Quest, like when the cords are cut, I think it's going to be awesome. I think tennis is really going to be awesome. This game is native 90 frames per second on, you know, for each eye. Graphics look a little cheesy. You know, graphics don't look incredible here. But I would love a realistic tennis game. One of the problems you get into tennis, though, is your ceilings. Because if you've got low ceilings, man, you could be whacking your controllers on the ceilings like nobody's business. So that is a bit of a problem when it comes to tennis. Going back over here, over to chat, only one bra today. I lose again. That's Kevgret. They're betting on how many bras they're going to hear. King Hell says, tennis seems like a bad fit for VR unless you had a huge room, as I'd want to run around. Well, you know, in real life tennis, okay, here's the deal. Just make it doubles. You're just playing doubles. Because if you're just playing doubles, you're just occupying one small area of the court. You know, you're just in this one little area of the court if you're playing doubles. And really, when you play tennis a lot, it's kind of like you're scrambling over here, you're scrambling over there. They could kind of do it, especially with an Oculus Quest. I think tennis could be awesome, but ceilings are a major issue. They really are. Okay, guys. Well, I guess that pretty much does it for today's show. We're still light on news. You know, not lots of major news stories. We got to kind of do what we can do. That's pretty much what we can do. So anyway, that is going to do it for our episode today. I will be back tomorrow at around 11 a.m. Brah. Now, that was just an extra brah. Okay, now it's 4 or 5. Scion, we're up to 5 bras now. Oh, that's 6 bras. Now we've hit 6. But anyway, I'm out of here, guys. But I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time with another shiz show. Actually, hopefully it won't be a shiz show. Hopefully it will be the best show of all time. A brand new headset is announced tomorrow. Oh my God, the Google VR headset that will kill everything. Yeah! Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, we do need some hype in the mix. Hopefully something will happen soon and we will get some major hype. All right, guys, I will see you next time tomorrow on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Job probably back in the building, and I do think Job will be back. He wasn't here last week, so Job will be back. So join us tomorrow for Job, myself, and everything else, and we'll be back. We'll see you guys then. Have a good one. Take it easy. Later.